The king in the north! The king in the north!
Yo, as always, like, share, subscribe. Now let's just get into it. So Michigan will play USC in the Coliseum this Saturday at 7:30 Eastern time. And USC is what, 4-1 on the year. They've beaten Purdue, they've beaten Michigan State, and they lost to Illinois. Now, speaking of USC, we all know they're coached by Lincoln Riley, defensive coordinator D'Anton Lynn, who runs the same amoeba Raven scheme like Michigan does, and they got a potent offense, which you expect from a USC team. They've got a potent offense, and they also lost to us last year late in the fourth quarter. So Lincoln Riley, he's going to want to get that big time Big Ten win from one of the Big Ten powers, I guess you would say. He hasn't really gotten that big time win that he wants, that every coach wants. So he's going to be trying to get that against Michigan, Michigan State. USC has a very potent offense. Maeva, he's cooking. He is cooking. And Makai Lemon might be he is one of the best receivers in the country, not just the Big Ten. This dude will make big time catches, big time tough catches. And he's slick nasty when he catches the ball after the catch. He can scoot on you and make you look stupid. So this is going to be a big one for Michigan to come prepared. Who is it? Lane, the other receiver, he's good. McCree at tight end, he's good too. Like, their offense is very potent. Now, the good thing for Michigan is USC's defense, it's not that good at stopping the run or stopping the pass. So there's a lot of yards that can be gained from that. You know what I'm saying? But Michigan has to execute. I'm looking at them. Total yards, they're second if these numbers are correct. Total yards, they're second. Fourth in passing yards. 17th in rushing yards. So they run it, throw it, however you want it, they can give it to you. Defensively, they're 68th. 101st in stopping the pass. 29th in stopping the run. So that ain't too bad. And they give up 23 a game. Now, let's just start with Michigan's defense versus Lincoln Riley's offense. Now, the same thing I always say. It ain't going to change. Every game I'm going to say this. Stop the run. It don't matter who you play. That's stopping the run. Running the ball is the easiest thing you can do on a football field on offense. Is the quarterback getting the ball, turning around, handing it off. That's the easiest thing you can do. And I don't care who you got at quarterback. Running the ball is the easiest thing you can do, and it's the easiest way to break a team's will. So, that being said, stop the run. Now, USC's got some good running backs, and they like I said, offensively, they run the ball pretty good. But they're going against one of the best rush defenses in the country. I don't doubt that Michigan will be able to stifle USC's run game for the most part. I don't doubt that at all, because Michigan is stout in the middle, and you got run stuffers, and it's just hard to run on Michigan. And it has been since we installed this amoeba scheme. But that's not the worry though. We all expect to be able to stop the run. The worry comes with Maeva and Makai Lemon, and with Wink. This isn't a team that you want to blitz a lot. Maeva is seeing the blitz and beating the blitz at a very high rate. So this isn't a game you want to be blitzing. And that's not to say don't blitz, but you have to have timely blitzes. Wink, this ain't a game for you to be winking, because once you stop the run, Lincoln Riley is somebody that he don't want to run it anyway. We can't run the ball, or we're down. All right, bet. I'm going to try to throw this thing every time. You know what I'm saying? That's just him. And if and when that happens, now they're going to put you to the test. So if you're blitzing, he's going to beat you with it. If the blitz doesn't get there, Maeva's going to beat you 9 times out of 10. That's just him. You know what I'm saying? He understands what he's seeing. He's coached by Lincoln Riley. So he understands what he's seeing, and he'll beat you with the blitz. You know what I'm saying? So, Wink, we need to get pressure with 4 first. Getting pressure with 4 is the goal. That's when this defense really clicks. When we can get pressure with 4. If you can't, twist, then stunt. If that ain't working, then you want to pick up the blitz rate. But not until then. Until everything else has worked. Now, knowing Wink, he's going to blitz a little more than we would like. And that puts pressure on Michigan's back end. So, when those guys are in that zone coverage, they got to be on point, because he's going to blitz some. We just got to hope it's timely. Now, Zeke Berry, Jair Hill, Sanders, Rod Moore, and Brandon Hillman. You got to make a play on the ball on Saturday. Just running with Mekhi Lemon, that ain't gonna cut it. You just run with this dude, he gonna put you on a poster. He gonna put you on a highlight reel or something. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way he's playing this year. He's balling. I can't even front. I've seen this dude make some ridiculous catches. And so when you've got guys like that, you have to find the ball and make a play on it. Just running with him isn't good enough. You have to be aware and make a play on the ball. Don't just run with him and think, oh, okay, I'm right with him. He's not going to throw that. He will throw that. Good and great quarterbacks, you just running with them, that ain't good. That ain't enough for a good or great quarterback. They still going to try you. And this is the type of team and this is the type of game. So they got to be aware. And I think people think our secondary hasn't played that well. I think it has played pretty good for the most part. That's just me. Most of the time when something gets given up, it's either that's what we're trying to give up or it's kind of a bust. You know what I'm saying? But a dude just catching a dude catching a pass and getting 20 or 30 yards every now and then, that's not secondary playing bad. You're going to give up some plays. Sometimes the offense is going to beat you. But it's just about being consistent. And I think consistently our pass defense has been pretty good, besides the bust and the penalties and things like that. Things that you can clean up. But to me, this game is similar to, we have to play this game similar to how we play Ohio State. On defense, at least. Well, the game plan in general. 20-20, they can move the ball. But you don't want to let them get big touchdown plays. So you could give up a 40-yard, 50-yard bomb, whatever. Just make sure he don't get in the end zone with it. And then they get stopped and they're forced to kick a field goal, and then they go for it on 4th, and then they get nothing. That's the goal. Teams like this, that's the goal. 20-20, we'll give you some yards. But once you get in the red zone, we cut your water off. And now we're putting you in bad situations where you're risking getting nothing. So that's the thing. What else on offense before I move to the defense? You also got to watch Maeva in the RPO. You got to watch Maeva in the RPO game. Ernest Hausman, your eye discipline. Bro, you a senior. Trust what you see, my brother. Trust what you see. Stop hesitating. He got the ball. What you hesitating for? He got the ball. Get him. Hausman, for whatever reason, has been doing a lot of hesitating when it's not just when it's option and read things, but early in the game, kind of in general, but especially when it's QB design runs and option plays, he's hesitating, second guessing himself, looking at the dude with the ball. Boy, if you don't go over there and tackle him, what are you looking at? All this hesitating. He has the ball. You're looking at him. Tackle him. You're a senior. Come on. And that's not to say he hasn't played well, but you can see anybody that's paying attention can see the plays where he's missing and he's hesitating, and it's driving me nuts. I want my middle linebacker to be lights out and to understand what he's seeing and go get it. Come on, Ernest. Come on. But yeah, so we got to be aware of that. Look out for the RPO game. Also look out for Maeva in the run game. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's read or off the RPOs, him running it, you know, because this dude is dynamic and this offense is dynamic. Like I always say, it ain't going to be easy. When Michigan or shuts down or slows down these good or great offensive teams, it ain't going to be easy. But the job, hey, if it was easy, what would be fun about it? You know what I'm saying? What would be fun about it? This is what we live for. Is to shut down a great offense like this. This is what we get out of bed for on Saturday. Let's get it. So, Michigan offensively. Now, like I said, USC's defense isn't that good. But Michigan hasn't exactly ironed out what their identity is. But that being said, this is a law and order game. This is a law and order game. Yes. And to me, Law and Order plus Batman. You know what I'm saying? The Dark Knight. And that's Bryce Underwood. In the run game, let me just paint a picture. This ain't a game where you can I'm not gonna call runs for Bryce. No. This ain't one of them games where we're holding him back. No, don't do that. This ain't a game for no coward ball. That's what I call it. When we try not to do things, he might get hit. That's coward ball. We ain't doing that. So, designed runs, the read, it all needs to be on the table. Because we're trying to exploit this defense because it's not guaranteed that Wink in the defense is going to be able to slow them down to just lock them down. So, the offense needs to do their job and sustain drives. So if you have to do that with Bryce's legs sometimes, that's just what you got to do. That's what you signed up for when you got him. So don't be saving him. I'm saving plays. We don't want to get him hurt. We don't have a second quarterback. Boy, if you don't run him when we need it, I'm going to blow a gasket after this one. So that's what, if you have to run Bryce, read QB powers and all that type of stuff, QB design runs, that's just what you have to do. So I'm expecting to see that because for this offense to be what we want it to be or need it to be, Bryce needs to run the ball. That's just facts. Also, eye candy. Jet sweeps, the eye candy. I want to see it. I ain't see much of it last week. I want to see it because that helps the run game. That helps the passing game. It also helps the motion, the eye candy. It's not just to confuse the defense. Motion in the eye candy can also let you know what they're in, whether they're in man or zone, if you're confused about it. You know what I'm saying? So that can also be a tell for what the defense is in, you know, so they can't disguise their defense as well. Okay, I bring the motion. The guy doesn't run with him. They're in a zone. If he runs with him, they in man. Hello. So I'd like to see more of that. But to me, I know people say, well, we can just throw it on USC also. To be able to throw the ball like you need to, you have to make sure you can pass block and protect the quarterback to do that. If not, you're getting sacked or you're not even having a chance because Bryce is running for his life or Bryce is getting sacked. So I think you have to feel it out. I think you have to feel out the pass game in this one and see how good you're actually, the offensive line is actually pass blocking. You get what I'm saying? You can't just come into a game like this and just, we're going to try to throw it. Yeah, you might want to try to throw it to open up the run, but you still have to see, can we block these guys consistently so Bryce isn't running for his life or getting sacked a ton, and now we're sitting in 2nd and 15 or 2nd and 17, you know what I'm saying? So they're going to have to feel it out because against Nebraska, we didn't pass that much, but the pass blocking wasn't that good and the run blocking wasn't that good. to be honest, either a lot of the times. Hopefully Sprague has got that out of him. But USC's D-line isn't exactly as good as Wisconsin's, but it's still a pretty good D-line. I'm not going to lie to you. So that's the thing. I'm expecting us to try to run the ball. You want to kill the clock. Shout out to Dom. This is a Dom game right here. You want to kill this clock. You want to shorten this game. You want to shorten this game so USC gets less possessions. And teams like this, when they get less possessions because the other team is eating up the clock, they get antsy. They start chasing big plays. You know what I'm saying? Instead of executing play by play by play, they start getting antsy and they going for the big one. So I can't wait to get back on the field. I'm throwing this bomb, pick. Because that's not how football is played. You know what I'm saying? So this is one of those games. Similar to last year, except we got a better quarterback. But you want to milk that clock, limit possessions, and when there's a big play, last thing, and I'm going to kind of wrap this one up. You want to limit big plays in this game. You want to get your big plays. When you're playing a team like this, when there's a play to be made, you got to execute because you don't know what the defense is going to do. It's not guaranteed we're going to lock them down. So when there's plays to be made, you got to make those plays. You know what I'm saying? You beat yourself. We don't want to beat ourselves in this game. And that could be penalties, but if there's a hole, the running back sees a hole, gets a handoff, and he doesn't see the hole. You know what I'm saying? There's a first down to be had. If Bryce throws it to the flat, he don't see him in the flat. He looking somewhere else. He's locked in somewhere else. When he had his check down in the flat, if he hits him, it's a first down. Things like that. Drop passes. Samaj. Focus. Shannon Goodwin. Focus. Look the ball in. So that's a big thing right there too. Playing a team like this, you have to make the plays when they're there. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't, that's how you keep a team in the game, or that's how you end up getting blew out because you left too many plays on the field. This ain't a game to be leaving plays on the field because the offense you're playing is dynamic. So you want to keep them. The biggest weapon in this game is keeping USC's offense on the bench getting frustrated. We want to keep them on the bench. You know what I'm saying? And you do that by running Bryce, running Justice Haynes, running Jordan Marshall. That's how you keep them on the sideline. Milk that clock, long sustained drives. And this is something that we haven't seen that much this year. We ain't seen long sustained drives, 10 and 12 and 15 play drives. We haven't done that much of that because it's usually we're getting a lot of big plays. We're getting big run plays, 70 yards Haynes, 50 yards Marshall, 30 yards Bryce. You know what I'm saying? But for a game like this, you want long, sustained drives. You want Lincoln Riley over there frustrated. You want Maeva over there frustrated. You want Lemon over there frustrated, hoping and wondering, man, I can't wait to get back on the field. And then they're too antsy and they make mistakes, you know? What else? Zavada, get your stuff together, brother. We need you consistently for this one, just in case, you know. Samaj returning punts. I think he's gonna be back there. We just gotta hope he's smart about fielding the punts. You know what I'm saying? You can't be letting those punts drop and then they roll 15, 20 yards, bro. He did that in the championship game. It almost cost us, you know, letting those punts drop and then they roll 15, 20 yards, bro. You killing us with horrible. You're creating bad field position for us. Samaj has to, after about 2 punts, you know how the punter is punting. So adjust how far back or up you are. You know what I'm saying? Samaj has to understand what he's seeing and adjust. And that's also on the special teams coach. You have to coach him to either come up or back up, depending on how the punter is kicking it. You know what I'm saying? You can't just keep standing in the same spot and wonder why the punts are dropping and rolling 15 yards. And you looking, oh, what do you want me to do? I want you to understand how this guy is punting the ball. It's not that hard. You know? So, besides that, but yeah, offensively, in the past game, more Marsh, more McCulley, more Klein. I think Hogan Hansen is playing this week. Get those guys the ball, but it's got to be smart about it. You want Bryce to be an efficient game manager in this one until you know if we can block these boys consistently. You know what I'm saying? We going to run the ball regardless, but you can still milk the clock dinking and dunking, but you have to be efficient if that's your game plan. You know what I'm saying? So we know we're going to see McCulley, Marsh, Samaj, Klein and Hogan, but it's just about executing. It's just about executing. This ain't going to be an easy game for us. I'm already getting nervous just speaking about it. I just hate to play an offense like this, bro. They always make me nervous. I always get nervous for games like this because you don't know who can just go off. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to test you. They're going to test you. They're going to test you sideline to sideline, north and south. They're going to test you and make you defend the whole field. So teams like this are always a headache, you know? And this defense isn't just locked in like I would want it to, like with a Mentor or McDonald. You know, the tackling isn't all the way there like with those teams either. So that's my big worry is the tackling and Wink blitzing, bro. Wink, don't do it, bro. This dude, man. Wink is like a curse, boy. He gonna give and he gonna take, boy. But I need you to calm down on that blitzing. This dude will burn us. Like, I know you're gonna do it and it's gonna get there sometimes. But also, on the blitzing, tackle, fellas. If you blitz and you get there, tackle. Make the tackle. Don't do everything right and then mess up. Don't do that's what burned us against Oklahoma. You did everything right, Hillman. You did everything right, Mangum. And then you let him off the hook. You blitzed perfect. Wink called a great blitz. Shout out to Wink when he does it. He calls a great play, and you let him off the hook because you took a bad angle, or you rushed undisciplined. And then now he's creating a big play. So when that happens, it's not on Wink. It's on the player. You know? So we just got to find the middle ground with that blitzing. Like, sometimes Wink is cooking, but sometimes the zero blitz and all that, bro, we get burned by it every time. So please don't do it to us. You know, we got burned by it in against USC last year, I believe. Or it was we tried to blitz a safety or something wild. We tried to blitz a safety from deep, and that never works. But let me stop rambling. This is a tough one, y'all. This is a tough game. You know I don't do pick'ems. You know I don't give score predictions, all that. I just tell you what I think. But I think Michigan can come out with this one, but it ain't gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be easy. You know, unless Michigan's defense just locks them down, it's gonna be a little bit harder. So I guess that's my cue to wrap this up. My dog's going off. But I got Michigan winning this one. Like, share, and subscribe. And as always, go blue.
It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. It's great.